Okay. Guess I won't be joining the trend on Twitch of everyone and their grandma playing Halloween games right now.
Breathing thing.
But that's okay. I'm busy. I'm in the middle of a project cleanup.
It can humble the strongest
Don't need to.
Shape mountains to its will, and turn entire oceans to dust. But time itself is not free from jeopardy. There are those who seek to control it, corrupt it, change it to suit their dark will. And if that ever happens, the universe will need a true hero to stop it. Are you ready?
Okay, so the intro's played out. Let's get our save file ready to load up. We'll wait another couple of minutes and then we'll get going. Get this party finished rather than started, because we started it at this point 5 streams ago. Okay.
He's been trying to get the same investor for the last 20 years. Still get the same answer.
Okay. Wait for the clock to tick over and we'll be good. I can only listen to this main menu theme for so long before I start thinking of Kingdoms of Amalur. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Let me get that in my pants pocket. There we go. Don't want to be fumbling for Kleenex when I most need it. That's the important part. Okay, clocks both say 4:31. Well, technically that one says 4:32 now, but that's not the point. Let's get going.
Yeah, I'll be there in a couple minutes. And no shake, because it's Victor's wife's birthday party over there today. Yeah. No, I'll be there. I'm coming in a couple minutes.
So I actually received a copyright claim on the last stream of A Crack in Time, because as it turns out, one of the themes that's played on Pirate Radio, and I would imagine several of the themes that are played on the radio station in this game, were actually contracted out to independent artists who, in this case, the guy must use a third-party software to recognize when his work is being used, and it was actually like a legitimate claim, which is not normal on YouTube, because normally you get a copyright claim on YouTube and it's some bogus third party trying to make a buck off of something that they don't own. The last time I had a legitimate copyright claim on my videos, I can't even remember. It's been years though, I'll tell you what. So credit to the artists, the independent artists that they hired for all the music that they've done on the radio in this game, because it's probably some of the better music in the game, all things considered. I hope they're not trying to get a little bit of money out of my videos, though, because I gave up on the idea of making any money off this hobby a long time ago. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the finale of Ratchet & Clank Future, A Crack in Time, the Stream Edition. Last time, we took on 4 out of the 5 challenges at the Agorian Battleplex after rescuing Clank from Planet Vapedia. And now we need to go take the fight to Nefarious at the Great Clock. We could go do Overkill, the last challenge in the Raritanium Cup, but I think I want a little bit better armor before we go do that, just for a little bit of safety, especially since it's on hard mode. If it was not on hard mode, I'd say, yeah, let's go do it right now, but let's go to Nefarious Space Station right now and see if he has any ideas about where the best armor in the game is. And then we'll go from there. I wonder if that's done on purpose, that PK-73 sister board is shared between, like, it's shared in terms of the model between the Great Clock and the Iris supercomputer. Like, maybe Orvis created the Iris as well? No, I don't think they mentioned that part, actually. Let me switch the radio station there. There we go. Get back to my usual jam. We'll let Funk Soul Brother there talk about it. Oh, by the way, now that we have the treasure mapper, the Galaxy map will actually show you all the gold bolts and all of the Rhino holo plans, in addition to the Zoni and the Constructo mods that are in each sector. So if you've gotten them all, then they'll be there. If you haven't, it'll tell you where you're missing them. In this case, the only numbers there that I care about are the Zoni totals and the Constructo mod totals. Once we have all of those, I could care less about the gold bolts and the Rhino, because we don't need either of them for any reason at this point. I'm not planning on using the Rhino in this game. If we're going to use it in any of the games, we'll be using it in Into the Nexus, because it's very easy to get into the Nexus, and it's actually reasonably useful at the end of Into the Nexus. So I'll talk about that when we get there in a few days. But for now, let's go back to the Bernilius sector. Phylax is the first one. And take the fight directly to Dr. Nefarious' space station. There was a 40-second VOD. Something broke. Oh boy. Must have been on Twitch's end, because I haven't dropped frames or anything like that. Oh, that's not good. But hello, Marie. How you doing? Welcome. I don't know. Probably nothing. Probably nothing broke. It's probably just Twitch being Twitch. Just like usual. But if it is a 40-second VOD, I'll probably just delete it, because, I mean, what's the most that it could have on it? Like, okay, we're here again, would be about all I managed to mention before it busted.
All you cats out there fretting over this time crisis, take it from your old pal Zane. Time is a state of mind, my brothers. Roll with it.
Tired of those unsightly blemishes? Fed up with covering up? Then try Q-Pore, my new moisturizing
here we go
lotion
again with
pending
this
approval
Q
from the
whatever stuff.
Galactic Health Administration.
Quark, just give it a rest already. Let's get to Nefarious Space Station instead of listening to his commercials. It was literally the stuff leading up to the title screen, nothing important. Okay, good. Good. Then it's nothing, no problem whatsoever. I don't mind cutting that out at all. God damn it, Quark. We're gonna see enough of you in this episode. Get off of my satellite radio. Oh boy. Alright, so, how are we doing on weapons anyway?
Inside the main perimeter. Come meet me as soon as you can.
Okay, sounds good. So there's actually a new section of the map that we can access now, that we could not access before, but yeah, we'll go take care of that in a minute. So this is V4, this is V4, and this is V3. Okay, so...
Sinking to your nav unit now.
Thank you, Clank. Alright, let's go get to Quark. And maybe we'll feed Fred while we're at it, because he could use a little bit of food, I guess. Go ahead, Fred. Take it from here. How you feeling, buddy? Ready to kick some space doctor, robotic space doctor booty? Because that's what we're going to do today. I don't know why I broke that. I can't get ammo for Fred from that.
Welcome back.
There we go. But yeah, these swing shots were not here before, but now they are, because Quark has set up now that he's all done scoping out the base, so now we can actually go do stuff with it. Oh, hello. Hi, Cole.
Interesting. SP might be coming out here for a day trip after I move into the apartment.
Oh, nice.
That's why his new computer is being an asshole, so it might be better to get somebody to Mr. Universal Services.
Not nice. Well, hopefully he gets that fixed soon.
Yeah, or worst case scenario, I can just direct him to the image of Universal Services.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it'll be fine. SP's old computer still works.
Okay.
Just a little bit wonky.
Yeah, just okay.
I'm gonna go.
All right, sounds good. Dog's still in there, but just pet him on the way out.
I'm getting my shoes on now.
Bye, Cole. He doesn't get to watch the finale, unfortunately, because he's going to his locals for his card games today. But that's all right. I will do him a service, and Steve will be here to keep me company, so it'll be all good in the hood. Oh, that's going after that guy. Maybe I should do. Okay. I was actually trying to hit the spaceship, but hey, this works too. Oh my God! Hang on, Fred. A little help there, buddy. I gotta take care of the spaceship. Of course, I probably should be taking care of it with missiles, but this works. Thanks, Fred. I love Fred. He's just such a, like, fire and forget weapon. It's great. Yeah, Cole does locals, yep. Yeah, so he's got his... Usually he uses it not just as, like, a means of, you know, actually playing the card game, but he also uses it as a means of selling some of the decks that he puts together. And, I mean, he gets halfway decent money from what I understand out of it, so it's not bad. Don't you love how he left at the beginning of the game? You don't see him again until now at the end of the game. Yeah, I mean, you see him at the Agorian Battleplex, but it's mostly just as a joke. So you gotta kind of... You don't get to see him until the end of the game. I think, to be honest, though, it's probably for the best, because I feel like at this point in the game's life cycle, his character arc has been done for, like, multiple games at this point, so making him not be, like, super omnipresent is probably... I mean, I guess I don't mind it, because it means that the screen time that he does get, he's not being, like, used for no reason, you know? So, I'm not excusing Insomniac, because it feels like if his character arc was done up and done out, then they should be doing something else with him, but... Yeah, if we're gonna see him only sparingly, then I guess that's what we have to do, because of the fact that his character arc is over and done with. Damn, Strakel's smarter than you are. I don't know about that. He tries, but yeah, I mean, if he makes a little money on the side, it's good, so... But yeah, it's exactly what you said there. I think they realized they shouldn't overdo Quark's involvement. Yep, so... Probably should have read that one. Oh my God. Thank you. Did you see that thing, like, pull the ammo back to me? That's pretty good. Wow. How did I not get hit? Okay. You could use a little assistance. Let me get rid of this guy first. Oh, he's almost dead. Okay. Because I got 2 turret bros and 2 spaceships that are trying to murder me, so... These turret guys, though, you can actually shoot them with the magnet launcher, and it lasts a fairly reasonable amount of time on them, so you can then take care of them with other methods after it's done, so... I think they're considered medium enemies in this game. I don't think they're considered large enemies like the spaceships are, so that you can get away with a little more with them. No, I don't know how I'm not getting hit either. Okay, there we go, I got hit. Perfect. Don't jump into the AoE, that's what that's telling me. As I jump into the AoE again anyway. It's okay. We got him. You know what I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing about the way that they designed hard difficulty on A Crack in Time. I can't really even tell that it's hard difficulty, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's a greater cluster of enemy presence. I'm not sure if the enemies are that clustered in the regular game. If they are, I mean, you know, so much the better, but I don't know, it doesn't seem like hard mode, I guess, and I mean, you don't feel like you're being punished for picking a difficulty by having the enemies sponge everything, so...
Welcome back, little guy. Am I glad you're here? You know who was a terrible sidekick. Some people
Come on now.
work seriously.
Hey,
This is the exact kind of line of bullshit that I sued that guy at Hollow Star Studios for.
Get on the sidelines and let this baby go to waste.
Quark, what the hell is that?
Cool smoke bombs the spies use. You know, for making quick and fancy getaways.
I really hope you know how to use that thing.
It's my most ingenious, foolproof plan yet.
And you have it on... Okay. I don't even remember what those are called. I recognize it, but I don't remember.
Space station. An impenetrable fortress fraught with danger and... windows.
Why does it have windows? Isn't that a structural weakness?
I was able to convince
Wah,
the
wah.
custodial staff to temporarily reroute the south wing trash chute. This will be our point of entry.
Alright,
With
fair
the
enough.
motion sensors deactivated, we should have smooth sailing into the south wing. Harnessing 8 years of high school theater workshops, I will remain undercover as the lovely Shannon. My objective will be to escort
Okay.
you here. Oops.
Oh,
That's a vacation picture from the Mactar Resort single mingle. Don't know how that got in there.
did you
I'll escort
accidentally
you
put that
here
photo in at
to
Office
completely
Max?
Exposed thermal exhaust port. We will then endure rigorous calisthenics until we have lost enough body fat to squeeze through the port.
Please no.
Maybe I should handle this part of the mission.
Clank, I'm glad you're here.
Sure, that sounds okay.
Yeah.
That port leads directly to Nefarious's personal quarters. Using the gigamorphic holoray, you'll be able to scan him and create a holographic disguise for Ratchet. With the disguise engaged, we should be able to breeze past the guards and infiltrate mission control, where we'll use the main security terminal to atomize every docked ship in the fleet.
Fair enough.
Nefarious trapped like a rat, and the clock safe, we can contact galactic authorities so that I may bask in the awesome glow of their admiration.
Okay, so at the end he took an opportunity to wax self-indulgent, but that's actually a well-thought-out plan for Quark. Like, this is the first time that he's had a plan that isn't just going to murder us the whole time.
Well, white's certainly
So-
my color.
Oh, thanks. I always fancied myself a winter.
Oh my god. So, I don't know, it feels like a logical improvement of Quark's character, that he actually had a plan that, I don't know, would work out properly for us. Again, usually in the past, any of those plans that he's had, that he's hand-drawn like that, it ends with him expecting us to die over and over again. And to be fair, sometimes we did. But, yeah, at the very least, his plan has actually, you know, got some thought lying in it, and he scoped out the entire base already for us. Like, he couldn't take those pictures from outside. He's been in here, and he knows exactly what's coming as we go through, so... Hey, Lifeblood, how's it going? Welcome. How is Grummelnet still around since they figured out how to access the Void? Pretty sure that's intergalactic war crimes. It might be. I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. Didn't read it around the time you threw out Fred. Yeah, that's true. So, remember the last stream when you said you could fall asleep any second? Turns out you were right. 5 minutes later, you fell asleep. That's okay, Lifeblood. Don't worry about it. Welcome, though. How do you reroute a trash chute? Why would you even design it like that? I don't know. I kind of chalk it up to just nefarious being nefarious. Isn't it kind of dangerous if something falls in the design? Because you can change. I mean, it's something falling in the change mechanism. Like, what happens if that malfunctions? Fair enough. Considering it's only trash, I wouldn't worry much. How much trash do robots actually create anyway? Like, do they create trash from the food that they consume? Too many questions. Let's get moving.
The final showdown between good and evil.
Something like that.
Smell that? That's
Yeah, it smells like a
drama,
septic
baby.
tank.
I smell something, and it's definitely not drama.
Hey, look on the bright side. At least we're not being squished to death by the pistons.
Why would you even say that? Quark, why would you even say that? You know what's gonna happen when you say that. Fred, thank you. I didn't realize I had you out. I thought you were my Buzzblades, but... Quark, I don't know if that's gonna... Oh my god.
Burning. Cabs looking good.
Of course.
Blockage detected in trash compactor 714. Shutting down compactor.
Ratchet, did you hear that? I did it! Ha ha! Technology! I just made you my... That one was a little too close.
Gee, you think?
Here any moment. We need
Anyway, we needed Quark for this section anyway because he's the only NPC in the game that can kick these doors down. So, that's rather nice that we get him back just when we need him. No, I'm just bullshitting. Of course he would kick it down because it's Quark. It would just open normally. So.
Watch and learn.
Alright, let's see it, Shannon.
Hello there. I'm Nurse Shannon. This is Dr. Archibald von Fuzzy Pants and his robotic intern, Gundolf Metal Sprocket.
Oh my god.
Expecting us.
You are not authorized. Prepare to die, Nurse Shannon.
Okay, hang on. Finesse over. Time for killing. The time for killing is now, Quark. I think the Magnat plus his blaster can actually kill these guys in one go, though, so you might not even need to do all of this, but I'm going to do all this anyway. There's an ammo vendor right at the end of the thing, so...
They're almost reviving.
They're getting there, yeah. But, yeah, there's an ammo vendor at the end of the hallway, so I don't really got to worry too much about it.
I'll teach you. You to shoot a lady.
Fire some buzz blades down the hallway, and that should help us out a little bit. I think the turret guy's going to be coming up in a second, too. Alright, I got to move up, Quark. Hang on. Cover me! How are you doing that from inside the magnet? No, it was the guy behind him. Fair enough. Hang on, Quark. I got to make a pit stop. Thank you, Havoc Engine, for moving those on their own. You'd think they were haunted. Maybe they are. It's almost Halloween. You have almost 2 million on your retainers in 14. Nice. That's pretty good. Is he really that strong, or did it just stop? For Quark's sake, I'll say he is that strong, but realistically, it just stopped because of the blockage. Gundolf. Yeah, that's a name. It's a name. I don't know whose, but it's a name. Alright, we got a turret guy, we got more buzz blades. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to toss out a Groovatron, because Quark is here, and he'll dance to the Groovatron just the same as the enemies, so that helps a little bit. And Fred can also handle the turret guys fairly well. It takes about 4 hits for him to deal with them, but it's not too bad. I'm just going to buzz blade this guy, I think. We're almost there with the buzz blades, so... See? There you go. Quark will dance to the Groovatron. I don't know what that guy's problem was. Probably the Groovatron was running out. Quark also acts as a pretty good tank in this section, because there are a lot of enemies in this section, so... He'll draw the aggro a little bit for us, which is probably for the best, because that way I can just kind of run around and shoot at things. Keep my HP up just to get it knocked back down almost immediately again. Because that's how things usually go around here. There we go. We'll get Fred out. We got a couple of turret guys. We just jump over that. We'll get the little guys. And just keep shooting the blades. That'll work out pretty good. Full already, Fred. Good lord. Hardly even eaten. There you go. Let's get a magnet going. That'll deal some dot to that guy. I can explore the rest of the room. Have fun, Quark! I'm glad he's having fun. Oh, by the way, the music that plays for the Groove Bomb Glove is actually a little bit different. It used to be disco music, or like, you know, funkier music. Now it's playing rock tracks, so... Just a matter of personal preference. I mean, I don't mind either one of them. They're both great. So. It does make me wonder if they contracted out independently the music from the Groovatron, though, and the Groove Bomb, like they did with some of the music on the radio, or on the satellite radio. I don't know. There's a distinct possibility. Won't know until I get a copyright claim.
If that happens.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. As long if that was what I was mentioning at the beginning of the stream, I got a copyright claim on the last episode because one of the tracks that was playing on Pirate Radio was actually owned by the guy who he did it through a third party, but he has Doom Blades. No, he has actual like copyright ownership of one of the tracks that was playing on Pirate Radio. So if he gets some royalties out of it, I'm okay with it because, you know, it's his music. Of course, he should. Now, will he get any royalties out of my videos? No, most likely not. I don't make enough to, like, I don't get enough engagement for that sort of stuff, so I don't think so. But hey, more power to him, you know. Right, let's get a magnet over there, and a magnet over there, and a magnet over there, and then we just go like this. Get the magnet a bunch of experience for these guys. take care of these little guys pretty easily, so... Oh. Have another, sir! Well, I must have hit something else. Yep, hit something else. Haha, gotcha. Having fun yet, Quark? Alright, so now he'll move forward once we're done with the waves. I'm gonna go back and grab a little ammo, though, before we get too far. Just to make sure. What are his moves? Quark's dance moves? He's got something going on there. That's for sure. Mostly he'll just use the blaster for actual fighting. His moves look like a dad trying to dance to music he's never heard of before. So that's fun. Hi there. I was just going on my morning walk. How could you do this to me? Ow. There we go. I mean, I could let the magnet do all the work, I guess, but all the way to the end of its dot. But I might as well cover Quark while I'm at it. Seems like a good idea. Haha.
It's almost V5.
Yes, it is. And this is almost V4, but I need to find a choke point to throw this in before I do anything else, so... I don't think this is a good choke point for this, but I'll use it. I mean, we've got 4, so we might as well. Big guy. Bigger guy. Medium guy. Give Fred a chance to not get some indigestion there. There we go. Wow. I love how he's trash talking, and then he just gets smacked in the face by an electric fence, basically. Well, it's not a fence, but you know what I mean. Use cover, Quark! Run from side to side like you've been doing. Let's see. What else have I got besides magnets? Pretty much just Fred at this point, so let's cover my... Oops, excuse me, Quark, hang on. There we go. Let me cover myself a little bit first, and then we'll get Fred out here. There we go. And again. Not sure if they gain resistance to the magnet, like to where it does less damage to them later, but it might. Wow. Haha. Gotcha. Oh, boy. Not even worried about the experience. I could give it to the magnets, but I mean, these guys are so small, they won't really give much EXP, so you might as well
this
just...
This elevator appears to be coded into Nefarious' circuitry. We will need the Hollow guys to access it.
Yep, so we gotta go over there in order to get that, but again, I'm gonna go back for ammo because, well, Fred could use it, so let's get Fred some ammo and then we'll be good. The electrical grids that were up over here, by the way, are gone now that you've done all of that. All the security's gone, so you can just fly right through here without having to worry about it too much.
Welcome to the ChromoNet weapon shop.
And you can do that. But yeah, don't worry about it. If Fred's not V5 yet, Fred will get to V5. It'll be fine. Don't worry about the magnet not being V5. It'll get there too. I have a method. We will get there soon enough. Well, the only electrical grid that's left is that one over there. And it might actually come down if you do something, but I don't know. I'm not all that worried about it. It's probably just a gold bolt or a hollow plan or something. Oh boy. Even more of these guys. That's 3 turrets. Hold the fucking phone here. Let's, yeah, okay. There's at least 4 turrets. There is at least 4 turrets. Hold on. There we go. I'll let Fred take care of that while I take care of this guy. And 1 and 2. Haha, gotcha. Oh, there's more. But wait, there's more. How about we Spiral with Carnage? We haven't gotten to use that just yet. Oh, baby, that's strong. It's a shotgun, so if you hit them with all 3 of the spirals, both on the way down and on the way back, it will do monstrous amounts of damage. So, again, it's not quite as powerful as the Alpha Cannon, but the Alpha Cannon was pretty damn OP, so I don't think we specifically need something as powerful as it to get by.
Phase 2 is your part of the mission. Up into the vent and head for Nefarious' office. We'll cover you from here.
Something like that, yeah. Let me just make sure I grabbed everything before he goes. I didn't grab this, but we don't really need that, so that's fine. And off we'll go. So, let's see. Almost V5 and almost V4. Almost exactly. Okay, cool. Alright, Clank, you're up. Unfortunately, it's not a Clank level, but he just goes in. And this will happen.
Doctor.
Things to do once the clock is under my control. Number 1, double-cross remaining Valkyries and retire Lord Vorsalon.
Oh boy.
Number 2, re-establish vendetta against organic life forms.
You put that down for something?
Iris.
You need iron, okay.
Hollow guys complete. I'm returning to the rendezvous point.
I don't know how he didn't notice that, but okay. Aha!
Must have forgot to tune the auto scaler.
Whoops.
Well, close enough. Try your vocal modulator.
Test. 1, 2. It works. Now, let's finish this and go home.
Sounds like a plan. So now you actually get some special commands while you're in Hollow Guy's nefarious form. And, well, you can call Lawrence at certain terminals, you can move minions or punish them by sending them to the brig, or...
That's your fools.
Oh yeah, this is my jam.
You could make them dance as if they were being controlled by the Groovatron. So that's fun. If you hadn't been using the Groovatron up to this point, this might be a worthwhile endeavor for you because, well, you wouldn't have seen these moves. So, anyway, let's call Lawrence.
Yes, sir, you rang.
Hello, Lawrence.
I really am quite busy, sir. What do you need?
I'm sure you are. What's a sit rep?
The search for Ratchet has our armada stretched thin. We do have a small fleet on the outer perimeter. They should arrive just as soon as they've completed their patrols, sir.
Sounds like a plan. Let's see. Have you heard from any of the Valkyries?
I'm afraid not, sir. All attempts to contact your lady friend have been unsuccessful. Perhaps she thought about marrying you and decided to make a run for it.
Wah, wah. Send the elevator down.
Right away, sir.
Thank you, Lawrence. Alright. That's one part of the infiltration.
3. When we get to the hub, I'll distract the guards while you gain access to the Hypernova defense laser.
Got it. How do I do that?
I'm not 100% on that one, but I'm sure you'll think of something. Just remember,
I could
keep it on the
probably
low.
ad-lib. The real question is, how is no one going to notice the Quark logo on your gun?
Nothing to see here.
Well, anyway. Got nothing going on over there, but we do have some turret guys right here.
Get lost.
Get out of my way. Thank you.
No sign of the Lombax yet, your evilness.
Good work! Dance for me.
Message proceed.
Sorry, I just love this little stupid little thing where you can just make them dance. It's great. You get to see the moves close up, too, now, instead of having to see them in the middle of a fight. So. Thank you. That's all I needed.
Dr. Nefarious, you didn't have to come all the way over here. The Hypernova defense laser is quite capable of clearing the debris. Say, would you like to test it out?
Now you're speaking my language.
The controls are yours, sir.
Perfect. Well, we can test out the Hypernova defense laser now. Thank you.
The defense laser is primed and ready, sir.
Very nice. So now we got to clear out the asteroid field a little bit so the patrols can land. Because, well, if they don't land, how are we going to vaporize them?
Excellent shot.
So just clear out a few asteroids while you're here.
Only at the great clock in no time.
I mean, you can clear the other debris that's on the landing pad, too. Forget if you have to or not. We'll see in a minute.
At this rate, you'll be at the great clock in no time.
Where are they? I don't see any more asteroids! Oh, there's one.
Excellent shooting, sir. The landing platform is clear. Lawrence is standing by to call in the fleet. In the meantime, I'll man the Hypernova in case that meddling Lombax shows up.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that guy. He's a little crafty.
Where are you, Lawrence?
Yes, sir, you rang. Yes, sir, how may I be of assistance?
We already got a sit rep. Where are you right now, anyway?
I'm conducting an omniscan of the Orvis chamber, sir. I must say, the machinery here is quite advanced compared to the malfunctioning bucket of bones I'm accustomed to dealing with.
No, not for nothing, but I'm surprised that Nefarious lets him get away with that sort of stuff. I mean, you know, if Nefarious was remotely competent, he probably wouldn't take that sort of shit from a subordinate, but who said Nefarious was competent? Order the fleet to land, please, Lawrence.
Oh, goody. I get to press a button. And they said my intellect would be squandered under your employ.
What? Never!
Bye for fleet arrival.
Thank you. Alright, so now the fleet's in. Now all we gotta do is figure out how to get access to the lasers so we can blow them up again. Without being suspicious. I could talk to him, but I want to shoot more stuff! You could also send him to the brig if you want, but, meh. I don't like sending people to the brig. It feels unnecessary when I could just move them and then let them still get in trouble for it by them still being in their station while I vaporize everything. Who's the real villain here? Me. Well, that chain reaction was unexpected, but still welcome.
I feel very close to you right now.
Please stop. Oh my god.
Gotta keep moving.
No, like, actually keep moving, not like Nurse Shannon keep moving. So now you gotta fight while having the Nefarious costume on, because evidently the jig is up at this point, so I guess we'll just... Oh my god. I guess we'll just do what we can while we're here. Let's see. We've got other stuff that we can use too, but yeah, I mean, Fred still needs EXP, so we might as well, you know, let him do some stuff. Get the magnet some experience and all that stuff. Probably by the time I run out of ammo, it'll be good to go. Probably need like one, maybe two more enemies, and then we'll be in good shape. That it? No, of course not. Of course it isn't. Why would it be? Well, these guys are all nicely clumped up, so that might help a little bit. There it is, V5.
Congratulations! You've just upgraded to the magnet cannon. Each magnet now comes with explosive orbs, guaranteed to liquefy its victim. Drum on that raincoat sold separately.
Uh-huh. So I'm not exactly sure what that upgrade does. I would imagine it makes it so that the magnets blow up at the end of their time period, but I'm not really all that sure, to be honest, so. I was gonna say, come on over so Fred can have a bite, but, well, Fred's not gonna have a bite if you go all the way over there. You should be in the right, place for me to be able to do that. And get a V4 Rift Inducer. It's almost done. Also increased his range, which should make it a little easier for him to take care of the remaining enemies here. All the stragglers. Thank you, Fred. Let's get a magnet cannon going on this guy. And then spiral him. Oh god. I was gonna say, that should hit both of them, so that should do good damage. As you can see. I love the Spiral of Carnage. It's such a cool weapon. I just wish, again, that it wasn't in a game where you already basically got two other shotguns. I feel like I'd be much more inclined to use it if it was the only shotgun in the game. But, I mean, what do I know? Alright. Oh, that's not my spiral. Here it is. And then, yeah, I don't think it's worth using Fred right now. He's at V4, so he'll be good for a little bit.
We need to access the elevator.
Well, then let's go access the elevator, shall we, before they get any bright ideas about coming back. Let's see here. So we definitely want Fred for the V4, and then I guess I'll go with Buzzblades for now, or Doomblades they are now, so we'll go from there. You're out of commands, by the way. You can't use the Nefarious commands anymore now that the jig is up, because
oftentimes when I say this, it results in catastrophe, but
everybody knows.
hey, mission accomplished.
Okay, but you shouldn't say that either, because, I mean, think about what happened the last time you said something like this in the trash compactor. Yeah, that was bound to happen too. Hi.
You're not Dr. Nefarious.
Quark, he knows it's us. Just give it up.
Nefarious, you can't use the clock. Nothing you could want is worth risking the universe.
Oh, but there is. And I have you three to thank for it.
Oh, great.
Initiate Super Wavy Flashback Effect.
Did he get that from breaking his brain?
Thanks to you and your dim-witted friend here.
It'll be the first Kirby game we can enjoy watching on this channel. Probably Nightmare in Dreamland. I played that game a ton as a kid on the GBA, so...
It's surprisingly boring.
I'm not all that surprised, to be honest.
But dwell on his failure. Then, one day, the Fungoid saved us. But still, failure burned inside my circuitry. How could I have been defeated by the likes of you? Why had the universe been ticked
Again, was it ever a question of whether or not he was competent? Look at this display. You have a soul? Okay.
Attended anger management class. Dabbled in yoga.
Ow.
Attended more anger management class. Until finally, I went on a spirit walk on planet Quantos.
And we know that this is all bullshit because he basically enslaved the people of the Tumbly Outpost when he got there, but you know.
Under my control, I'll be able to wrong all the rights in the universe. Every villain who has ever stumbled will get a do-over. Every protagonist's triumph will be reversed. Until finally, a new present is created, in which the heroes always lose!
So, that's it?
Hang on, cadets!
That, oh, okay.
Well, that was 5 bolts wasted.
Quark, you're supposed to move when you use the smoke bomb. Okay. There were 4,999 other models? Well, then that was a good purchase.
Making a mistake.
Time will tell.
Oh, God.
Voyage, my old nemesis.
Competent? Maybe. Sane? Definitely not. Yeah, I mean, that's true.
You're just a lonely man, Lance, boarding a lonely train on its way to Lonely Town.
Is this the first time that he broke like that without referencing Quark in some way? I think so. And they didn't die. You didn't think they were just going to kill us off, did you? Several hours later, on planet Morclon. That's in a completely different sector. Holy hell. I would say ow, but I don't think ow would be appropriate considering we are shielded.
It appears that Sony protected us during the crash.
Oh, nice. Well, we'll do the best we can to make sure he doesn't.
Thanks for the help, guys. What? I'll give him back.
Yeah, eventually.
Ratchet, we do not have a lot of time. Destroying the Armada will not keep Nefarious away from the clock for long.
Well, yeah.
There's no time to contact galactic authorities. That means it's up to us. Come on. There's got to be a ship somewhere on this backwater planet.
Let's hope so, because this looks like the swamp at the beginning of every Ratchet & Clank game. But
It really does.
But seriously, though, that's it? Nefarious's evil plan is to use the Great Clock to reverse time on every hero's victory so that they always lose and evil always wins. That's it. Not for nothing, guys, but okay, here's my beef, okay, and this is the hot take I was talking about before. If you're going to use a villain from the classic trilogy, like Dr. Nefarious, can you at least have him come into a plot where it's like, you couldn't just have someone else be there for it, you know, like, okay, so the plots of the older Ratchet & Clank games, and the classic trilogy specifically, even when the villain lost, there was a lasting after effect that accompanied the villain what they were talking about and what they were doing when they left the galaxy behind. In the case of Drek, there was still the possibility that the entire galaxy, the entire Solana galaxy, was plagued by the fact that its marketing essentially controlled the populace. In the case of the Protopet, some rando could just take over Megacorp and basically continue where Quark/Fizzwidget left off, and in Nefarious' case, racism was still deep in the roots of the Solana galaxy when Nefarious was locked up, or rather sent on an asteroid to his apparent doom, because they had to use the Solana galaxy's marketing, which is one of its most powerful tools for manipulating the people, to get them to not be as racist to one another. And I know this for a fact because the Secret Agent Clank films that they showed at the end of Up Your Arsenal, which is one of the most popular films in the galaxy at the time, had him teaming up with an organic, had him teaming up with Scrunch to make sure to kind of assuage that whole racism card that they had been playing the whole game with Nefarious. So bringing him back for this purpose, it just feels wrong. It feels hollow. It's a shell of the former reasons why you would use him in any video game. Again, don't get me wrong, Arlen Shimmerman does a great job as him in this game, but, like, it just feels like too simple of a plot for them to be sticking Nefarious' name on it. It feels like you're using him for marketing, and now you understand the problem that I have with him being in this game. Can I hit that guy from here? No, but I can probably hit that. Maybe I can hit it with something else. It doesn't matter. There's no ammo vendors right now, so we might as well conserve our ammo.
I have visitors.
Hi.
Have you come to hear about the historic Battle of Gimlick Valley?
Actually,
We're trying to stop an evil mastermind from...
Splendid!
apparently I am here for that.
When I was just a child.
Give him back, man. That makes you seem so guilty of something.
When suddenly...
The Agorians attacked, of course.
Desperate to protect our village, Gribnak led a team of undertrained, poorly equipped soldiers into battle. Sadly, victory would not be theirs.
Gee, you don't say.
Gribnak and his noble lot were captured, imprisoned, briefly pardoned, imprisoned again, and killed.
I shouldn't be laughing at that, but just the stock sound effects happening in the background are getting to me a little.
Our village by destroying the Arundai floodgate. It was a crushing defeat.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So are you the only one left? Or what?
No, if only Zahn had been here to defend us against Argos. I guess you can't change the past.
Ratchet, I believe I may have a way to help the Fongoids and give us a ride. Head to that time rift.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Sigmund, come in. I need you to stabilize a time portal into the Battle of Gimlick Valley.
Accessing Briga's Almanac now, sir. Got it. Stabilizing time rift in 3, 2, 1.
Oh good, we're using time travel again. Now we can piss off General Azimuth even more. And this is not for something simple either. Like, I mean, rescuing Clank's father wouldn't have been simple, but we didn't actually rescue him. We just found out what was going on and how Nefarious knew about the Grey Clock and why he was looking for Clank and all that stuff. This is a major battle in the history of the Polaris Galaxy that we're about to go jump into. It's a chief, a Fongoid chief that we have been told about for the entire game through Galactic Trivia and our interactions with the Fongoids. And Commander Argos is a well-known name in the Agorian society. He is literally mentioned as, by this, I think it was like, by the blade of Argos, you've honored us or something, was the exact line that they said in the Battleplex when Quark made a desperate appeal to get the Wargrok spared. So, this is a huge battle that we're about to completely fuck over and change the course of history in. If you were wondering why General Azimuth is pissed off at the fact that we were able to time travel but we don't want to fix the whole thing with the Lombaxes, this is why. But again, it feels less like he's justifiably pissed off because we're just being hypocrites, and more like he's pissed off because the writers didn't let him do it, you know? So. But either way, I do like this set piece, so I don't want to rain on its parade too much. Let's get in there and see what we can do about this whole battle. Yeah, time to fuck with very important history, yes, and potentially change the course of our history forever. So. That seems like a very rigged article. Okay.
Mister, you have
Hi.
to help us. The Agorians kidnapped Din and our chief.
Uh-oh. That's not
We
good.
are here to assist.
Talking lunchbox. Cool.
Stay behind me, kid. We'll save him.
So, probably that kid is the adult that was at the Gimlick Valley historical thing on, like, in the present, basically. That's my guess, anyway, but I don't know exactly. Anyway, let's max out on ammo, because apparently we could buy ammo even though it's 10 years in the past. And in addition to that, yeah, the Hyperflux armor is here, too. I don't understand how this works, like, time-wise. Did GrumbleNet, like, follow us through the portal when they realized, hey, we've got a vendor and we have new armor that we finally perfected, and here you go? Or was this armor only available 10 years ago and then it was, like, banned, so now they're trying to figure out how to get it back on the market? It feels like a weird thing for where they placed this. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Like, they probably should have just placed this on Nefarious Space Station, but
dependable and stunning to look at.
it is pretty stunning, so let's grab it. I got plenty of bolts for it. You hate finding healers for ethereal mimicry? Well, you won't have to worry about that for too long. Once Endwalker drops, there will be sages everywhere. Oh my god. Hold on. Okay, so this is a humongous battle, like I said, in Agorian and Fungoid history. So, as a result of that, your weapons will gain a pretty decent chunk of experience while you're here. Now, the only one that I need to gain any experience on at all is the Rift Inducer, so I'll probably be running back to the ammo vendor quite a bit, but that's okay. But yeah, take a look at how much these guys give from one... Oh, okay, the experience bar left, but that's okay. You get the point. It's going to give us lots of experience for everything, so... Please don't drown the settlers. I actually need their help with some stuff. So, oh my god. Camera, work with me. Fred! Camera! Somebody work with me here! But yeah, I'll just, I'll use up all 4 of Fred's ammo, and then once I use it all up, we'll go back to the thing. Oh, I might not even have to, because he's about to get to V5 as it is. Go ahead, Fred. Take a last bite of Agorian, and there we go. It's basically the golden gun now. Yeah, I could see that. So it increases range, it increases duration, and in addition to that, the portal will explode once he's done being around. So that's not too bad. Helpful. It kind of follows the same trend that we're used to at this point, though, for this game, where it basically is just like, hey, your gun is now more powerful. That's your V5. And it's like, that's fine, but... I don't know, I feel like in some ways they could do better than, hey, your gun is more powerful now. That's it, you know? But I don't know, what do I know, right? Anyway, Fred, I could probably use... Actually, I don't know if I need him just yet. There's only a few of these guys. If I could move the camera, then maybe I could actually shoot them, but, you know, it's fine. Yeah, Magnet Cannon does pretty good damage in terms of all of this now, so... I can actually one-shot these guys, so... Once I, use it. There we go. Oh, I see. It leaves out little bouncer pellets when the magnet goes away. Okay, so that's not... That's actually even worse, but hey, what do I know? It's fine. It's good. Hey, Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you there? Always funny to you when people complain about the camera when you've never had a problem. It just because of the fact that it snaps with the walls, you know what I mean? So like when you hit a wall, it'll just suddenly snap away, and I don't know, it just doesn't really work that well with me, I guess. Okay, hold on, there we go. I knew that was coming, and I was like, nope, I gotta get the hell out of here before that just blasts the hell out of me. Alright, we got those guys. Let's keep going. We're at V5 with all of our weapons now, so I don't really need to worry too much about what I use. It's just a matter of getting through this part. Incidentally, I should probably use a little bit of this, because this is a good AoE on these guys, so... Alright, what else we got? How about some Storm Spikes? Might as well. Whole bunch of shield guys, but... Trying not to get too close, because if I get too close, I will, oh, that'll help. Let's see, if I get too close, I'll get blasted by their little shots that they take, but that's okay. I would assume that's the chief behind that door there. Let's just get rid of this guy first, and then we'll be able to bust him out of there. There we go. Well, that's one piece of history averted, but I think there's still some more work to do. You alright, Chief?
What are you doing out of the shelter? Your mother will be very disappointed.
But this Lombax is here to help us.
I'm Ratchet. This is Clank.
I'm Zan. This is Toofer and Enoch.
Nice to meet you.
Go take shelter with the others. We'll protect the floodgate.
Okay, so time to defend the floodgate from Hydra tanks. That's gonna be fun. Oh, and actually there is more than one. Fantastic. Especially if they're in a corner, which is an obvious reason why it messes with the camera. Yeah, exactly. So if it's like, especially if it's a corner that's like, you can't, like, I mean, it could be a corner for like a platform, but it could just be a corner of the actual world where there's like a wall that you can't get past, and if it hits that, of course, it'll auto-correct away. Sometimes that doesn't really work when you're trying to shoot, though. Doing all right. Did some of the grocery shopping earlier. Had to step away to finish cleaning something a bit ago. That's okay, Conker. Not a problem. Take care of all the stuff you got to take care of. That's fine. All right, we got a whole bunch of dudes to take care of down here. I got a bit of a choke point here, but I guess they're gonna head whenever you're ready. Thank you. I see them attempting to destroy the floodgate. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. You give me that. Thank you. In some cases, the Versa Wrench is still a little bit unresponsive to the, stuff, but I almost never have problems with it activating when I need it to, so it's really not a huge deal. I'm okay with it. We're gonna need something other than that, though, in a minute. That should work okay. The Hydra tank, however, will not work okay, so let me take care of all these friends here they've got for us. Oh my god. And then we'll take care of the Hydra tank itself. Ow. What is even going on with this thing? Rift Ripper, and oh, it's doing a shockwave, I see. Okay. Also, the other one is shooting at me, so that doesn't really help. Just stand behind this one, and that should give me sufficient cover from the other one. Wow. Yeah, these Hydra tanks are obviously a little tougher than the last one. They don't have the shockwave, though, so that at least helps. The shockwave is the one of the arena heads. And they are very, very weak to the spiral of carnage, so... There's the shockwave. There it is. When I say they don't have the shockwave, I mean they don't use the shockwave when they're putting up their shield, that is. So. Well, that's one. One more to go. Dead. That's where they are. Running on the hell away before he gets any bright ideas. Well, I'm working on it. Okay, there we go. So now once we get past this section, we can get this off of here. Thank you. They must have added the shockwave to the one at the arena as like a specific function for it. You'll notice again that he's getting staggered occasionally when I shoot him with the spiral, so that's actually pretty nice. Nice little added effect. And of course, if you can whack them with all three rockets, that helps too. How do you magnet gun organic beings? Well, magnet, but not magnet, like mag-net. So it's a net that creates an electromagnetic field. So it's not technically a magnet, it's an electrical net gun. So that's how. And also because, you know, it's just funky naming, I guess.
Understand. How will seeds help us defeat the Agorians?
Trust me.
Oh, I've done this before. Anyway, in order to get up to the top of the floodgate, instead of trying to figure out a way to get up there with platforming, we're going to fuck around with time again, so that'll be fun. So we got to find some seeds to plant, and then once we plant them, we can do another little grinding section, and we'll hopefully grind our way all the way to the top of the floodgate. Let's see. That's a patch. I need some seeds before I can use that patch for anything, so let's go see if I can find some. I think there's some up here. Yep. There's some seeds. There's also a patch right over here, so let's toss that right in there, and then take care of these guys. Let's see. Is it enough? Yes and... Oh, okay. I was going to say yes and no. It's actually... If with the pyrocytic clusters, it was actually... So. Alright, now, let's go get some more seeds. We'll plant that other one, and then we'll go do the last one. I'll take that. Thank you. I love going fast with the or not with the magnet, though with the hover boots. It's like playing a Sonic game in my Ratchet and Clank. Alright, so that one's done. Let's go up here. Oops. Messed that part up a little bit. That's okay. Grab another seed, and off we'll go. Where do we got to go for this one? Looks like right over here. There we go. Okay, and that's 3 vines.
What are the chances that would happen?
You do not want to know.
Come on, let's get back to the present.
But apparently, once the vines grew in the present, that vine actually extended all the way through the time portal to the top of the floodgate. So, fancy coincidence, I suppose, but we'll use that to our advantage by riding the vine up to the top of the floodgate instead of not being able to get there. You know, whatever, it's fine. Again, I like the set piece, even if it is absolutely ridiculous. So, and again, it's another one of those planets that has time travel as a direct thing that is involved with the remainder of the planet. I like the planets with the time travel the best because it makes for the best set pieces. There's actual consequences the vast majority of the time you're doing them, so it's where the game design kind of gets to go a little hog wild as they mess around with time. So, yeah. The time travel is where the game is at its best. It's just too bad that it only happens technically 3 times, but 2 times where there's major consequences for it.
That's against the Class 3 Agorian space cruiser. You should have left the galaxy with the rest of your kind.
Do you even know who I am? I am the guy who is going to bring... Actually, you wouldn't know who I am at this point, because at this point I'm still on Veldin. So, but I'm going to bring you to your knees, Mr. Argos. A magnet doesn't work on him, unfortunately. You gotta use something else. So, Adjudicator, let's go. If you can hit him with all 3 rockets, that would be ideal, but sometimes you can't get close enough to actually do that without getting messed up, so... There you go. He's pretty big, though, so as long as you're at a somewhat decent distance to him, you should be able to hit him with all 3. There we go, got him in the shield phase, and, well, you've seen this part before. Whoop. There we go. You want to get that out before he gets his HP back to full, because if he gets it back to full, well, it won't work out pretty good. How do you figure it's cheating? All's fair in love and war, Argos, and this is definitely war. Actually, I think I need to change my Constructo shotgun back out again. Oh, we got a new upgrade for it. What we get? Detonator. So this adds a sticky bomb that detonates after it makes contact. That might actually come in handy around here. So let's see. I'm going to stick Choke on because that way I can kind of shoot him with a narrow shot and lance. I'll eventually switch back to double and slug as well as galvanic, but yeah. Time fuckery in the past, wasn't it Ratchet telling the Doctor not to mess with time because it's dangerous? Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was kind of acting like a bit of a hypocrite there, Lifeblood. But it doesn't feel like he's acting like a hypocrite because the character is acting like it. It feels more like the writers didn't think this one through, to me, personally. Because if he was acting like a hypocrite and the writers were aware of it, they would be acknowledging it in some way. They're not acknowledging it. They're just pretending like, we can do what we want, but because the Doctor is evil, he can't fuck around with time, so... It's hypocritical, but it's not hypocritical for a reason that I could actually get behind. It's hypocritical because the writers didn't think enough. At this point, does Ratchet even exist? Well, if we face consequences for all of this, he might not, so... But yeah, see with the, what's it called? With the long-range stuff on the shotgun, we can hit him with the entire bit of our shots, and that'll deal good damage. I'll get the hell away from me. Oh, there's even more now. Good. Fantastic. Off I go. Wow. So you're going to shoot at me and shoot bombs at me? Seems like a bit of overkill, doesn't it, Commander? Yeah, see how it's got those sticky bombs on it? So the bombs that are on him will explode a little bit after impact. The Constructo shotgun is just one of those weapons that's just so freaking good because of all of the different customization options. It's just ridiculous. I want this shotgun in every Ratchet & Clank game. It's great. Alright, but yeah, I like to get away from those just by hover booting. Usually works pretty good for me. Usually, being the key word. Of course, I like to pop off of them when I'm, you know, done running away from them. So, where are you going? There you are, son. Just wait for the bombs to explode and then shoot him again. We'll eventually get him down below his 1/3 ratio. I could be using a different weapon than this, I suppose. Ow. Nice auto-targeting, bro. As a matter of fact, I think I'll use the Spiral of Carnage. It'll probably still do good damage. As long as the auto-target thing is on like that. So, there you go. No, okay. Oh, okay. I don't know how that works, but I'll take it. Failed to get Flying Frenzy? People are idiots. You gave them a plan, and they failed to even attempt to do... Oh, my God. Yeah, you really... I remember getting Flying Frenzy, and it's one of those things where if you try to do it with randoms, they really just don't listen to you. But then again, that's normal in Pharaoh Sirius normal mode. Nobody listens to you and understands how you're actually supposed to fight the zoo, and because of that, everybody gets wrecked the first time when you're doing it. In actuality, you just don't break the eggs at all. Don't touch the eggs. Let them hatch naturally and then kill the little things if they hatch only. But if they don't, then don't bother. Alright, I'm sick of this. Let's use the Doom Blades. That'll work pretty good on him. Oh boy. 2.5 what? Oh god, that joke aged like warm milk. Okay. Do the work for me, Doom Blades. I gotta dodge some stuff, evidently. Alright. And that's it. It is it, right? Yeah, there we go. Well, why did you want to invade a water valley if you couldn't swim? What the fuck? I think Commander Argos was a little hyped up in the Agorian history books.
Well, now that you mention it, we'd love to use that ship.
Well, it might take some time to fetch it out of the creek, but when we do, it's all yours. Now, if you'll excuse us, we must tend to the other villagers now.
Okay, so it's going to take them a little while to get that out of the creek, but that gives us plenty of time to go forward in time, and then it'll be out of the creek. Of course, there's also the fact that we're probably going to have a significant change in what's going on in the future now that we've actually ended the battle without Commander Argos finishing the job and destroying the valley and destroying the whole civilization. So, let's go see what happens now that we've actually made a major change to history and potentially fucked everything up for everyone everywhere because of the butterfly effect and all that shit. In reality, all that happened was you just, you know, got the Gimlick Valley to be, well, a normal civilization again. It has no overarching effects on the Agorians. It's just completely restricted to this planet, so take that for what you will, I guess. Get boss 20-30%, then kill 2 eggs. Get boss to 19%. No one attacks the ads. No one breaks a single egg. Yeah, wow.
Of the historic Battle of Gimlick Valley. It was a shining victory in Fangoid.
All I know is that you don't want the boss to have 16 stacks of damage up, and if you break the eggs, it has lots of damage up.
First time here.
Sure.
We were
just admiring your Agorian space cruiser.
But then again, it's been a long time since I've done Pharaoh Sirius normal, so maybe I don't entirely remember the mechanics. Could be me.
I believe we may be of assistance. If we were to bring back a few battery bots, would you allow us to borrow your ship?
Well, I suppose that'd be okay. So long as I got it back in time for the show.
We're not going to bring it back, are we?
If you find any battery bots, just toss them into these charging stations. That should power up the Versa fuses.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. But before we go find the battery bots, and actually more like during our time finding the battery bots, there's a couple of other things we can find here. There's some Zoni to find. I think a Zoni, actually, only one. And then I think I saw a piece of the Rhino holoplan up on top of the floodgate here at the Gimlick Valley. So let's see if we can figure that out. Thank you. Let's see. There we go. Can grab some water from the lake and actually bring it over here. There's a battery bot, but we'll leave him alone for a second while I go get whatever this is. And then if you fatten up this hydro plant, you can jump up here and grab, yeah, a piece of the Rhino holoplan. Okay, cool. Again, not too concerned about this, but we might as well grab it before we leave. Now we can go grab the battery bot. Why you oughta what? Send me to the moon. That's what you should do, but you won't, because you're a battery bot and you have no weaponry. Maybe you should talk to your union representative about, you know, getting yourself some weaponry so you can defend against rogue Lombaxes that try to make you do your job. Jesus. It uses Flying Frenzy after 2 eggs, regardless of how many stacks it has. Oh, okay, gotcha. And breaking an egg gives the boss 8 that slowly drop off. So break 2 eggs and then nuke it, since half these Blue Mages have stuff like Night Bloom and J-Kick. These fights are a lot harder than Pharos normal mode. How can people clear that and not Pharos normal? I don't know, Marie. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. But it happens, evidently.
There they were, outnumbered by hundreds of Agorian talons. The mysterious Lombax ran headfirst into battle, armed with nothing but sheer willpower and an old gardening tool of some sort.
Uh-huh.
Oh, cool. What about that?
Jean knew that if the floodgate broke, the settlement would be lost. So while the Lombax fought Commander Argos, he snuck everyone out of the shelter.
Eric says there was
Fair
a talking
enough.
lunchbox.
Oh, I'm afraid he's mistaken. That lunchbox was actually a direct descendant of Orvus himself. So you see, the Zoni still watch out for each and every one of us.
It's nice being able to go to a civilization where there isn't really, like, a whole bunch of fighting or anything like that in this game. Just to see how people live when they're not being overwhelmed by crazy people, you know? So... Now, there is a battery bot right here, but I'm actually not going to grab that one because we got a couple of things that we need to go hunt down first before we grab him. We got a Zoni to find. There's another one right there. And we also got a gold bolt that I just saw out of the corner of my eye over there on the other side. So, here's the Zoni. Come back here, you! Gotcha. That's a great camera angle game. Thank you. We've seen that scene enough times, though, to know what's happening, so it's fine. 38 Zoni. 2 more left, and then we've got all of them. And that battery bot is going to save itself from my ire as well, because there's a gold bolt over here, so we'll go grab this. And then the first battery bot I see after that is going to be getting back to work. Alright, so we'll grab that. I think that's all the collectibles on this planet, now that I think about it. Oh, and incidentally, make sure that you get as much experience out of the Agorians as you can, because it's a one-time deal. Once you've defeated Commander Argos, or rather, once you've defeated the Hydra tanks, you can never use those guys to level up your weapons again, because, well, time has been changed. So make sure you get everything that you want to level 5 at level 5 before you leave. If you have to, jump in the water and die, or whatever you need to do in order to, you know, make it so everything respawns. But basically, use it and abuse it to your advantage and, you know, get as much experience out of it as you can so you can get all your weapons to V5. Thankfully, in my case, we didn't have to do a whole lot of work in that department because, well, I didn't grab every weapon in the game, so I didn't have to, like, you know, die or something to get myself to the full capacity.
Power! Alright, She's all yours. Bring her back in one piece, okay?
I will do the best I can. We are flying towards Dr. Nefarious' space station, but I'll do the best I can. Anyway, off we go.
Altimeter, thruster, warp drive.
This is not coming back in one piece.
See? Nothing to it. And now the booster.
That is the radio.
Hold on, I'll just... No, that knob wasn't supposed to pop off, was it?
Ratchet, it's supposed to be a decorative model. Come on. Oh, boy. Well, anyway. Now that we have taken care of that, this trivia looks interesting. Oh, yeah, I guess that could be a bit of a weird thing, huh? How did Disembodied Head get that stuff? Oh, well.
Attention, Starship Signature 9099 Delta has just arrived at landing platform Zulu. All fueling pods, please initiate fueling sequence.
Lawrence must have flown back here to pick up Nefarious. We have to get to that starship before it leaves for the Great Clock.
That's a good point. So now, this is the end of the whole game. You can confront and destroy Dr. Nefarious whenever you'd like. But before we do that, now that we have the new armor, I actually don't know if you can do this. I'm going to see if I can go do Overkill now before the end of the whole thing here. I think you can go do it now, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So I'm just going to clear through these few guys first, and then once I've done that, I can probably get back to my ship from there. Actually, don't need this anymore because I just got some, ammo. How come bolts are money in this universe? So, originally, in the first Ratchet & Clank, bolts were money because of the... Oh, there's a Rhino holoplan over there that I didn't get. Okay, well, I don't care about that. Originally, in the first Ratchet & Clank, bolts were money because bolts were actually used as it was kind of a part of the game's aesthetic, because everything in the original Ratchet & Clank looked like it was cobbled together with just a bunch of duct tape and miracles, basically. Like, you'd use the nuts and bolts to tape together various pieces of junk, and that made the weapons, and that made the buildings, and that made the everything, essentially, in the Ratchet & Clank universe. It was all kind of taped together. So nuts and bolts were aesthetically used as currency because they were the most valuable things in the universe, because you could use them to tie together essentially any two pieces of metal to make a weapon or armor or anything like that, or a helmet or something to that effect. They're kind of just currency now because they're recognizable to the brand. And I mean, it's fine that they didn't change it because it's still, it makes sense for it, I guess, to be currency rather than like them suddenly switch to paper money or something strange like that. But it's recognizable in the series. But now that things are all fancy and shiny and sci-fi, it doesn't have the same aesthetic feel as it used to, I guess. Anyway, we could go stop Lawrence, but I don't feel like doing that. I'm going to go become champion of the Battleplex and let them destroy time and space as we know it. But yeah, I'm just going to go over here and confront that last challenge at the Battleplex before we go stop Nefarious in the final boss fight. And then we will go from there. Incidentally, while we look at the world map here, I think there's going to be something new that we can check out too. By the way, you can go do all of the collectathon stuff that we're going to be doing in the post-game at this point if you want, but I'm going to save that for a bonus episode because there's a new sector that's opened up, the Corvus sector. This is where planet Vorklon was before this. And I don't think there's a whole lot of other stuff going on there right now. There's a couple of minor planets that you can go to, but we'll go do that in the post-game. For now, there's a little bit more urgency. And I say that even though I'm about to go back to the Corvus sector and go to the Battleplex like that ain't no big thing. But just pretend like this is happening with no, I mean, we already have to suspend our disbelief anyway for this part, because if Commander Argos was defeated in battle, the Egorian Battleplex might not even exist. Because, it seems like they honor him pretty well in this place. I'm actually not sure if anything happens here after he's defeated in terms of, like, their dialogue or anything, but I guess we're going to go find out.
Now entering Corvus sector.
I don't think anything changes, though, but I will be pleasantly surprised if it does. Alright, where's the Battleplex?
Oh, yeah.
Here, hello.
The Deep Space Jams continues.
Alright, we don't need to go to the depot. That's fine. Back to the Battleplex we go with our overthrusters. And yeah, we've got all of the collectibles in here. We just haven't finished the we just haven't finished the last mission here. Oh, Planet Morklon is the worst vacation spot. Before we change things for the better, I would assume. While we get in here, I gotta blow my nose, so let me do that real quick. Let me mute this, so I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I bumped the mic stand a little bit there. Let's have a listen and see if the Igorians say anything different now that we have done this. It doesn't look like anything's different so far.
Attention Battleplex patrons! The Raritanium Cup is now available for...
Doesn't look like anything has changed at all. Again, I would think that there would be some sort of a change, but I suppose if they changed anything substantially, it would be kind of hard for you to, you know, actually do the rest of the Battleplex stuff, because it would have to be the same in order for it to, you know, for you to be able to do it. But I understand why they didn't do it, because it had to maintain it for the sake of consistency across the game, but it would have been nice if something did change here, like even if it was just dialogue or something, you know, so... The turn angle was hella impressive. Nice going, Ratchet and Ship, whose name I forgot because it's never used in this game. Yeah, Aphelion, yeah, that's the name. She's mentioned a few times, but only in... Like, I think she's been mentioned, like, she was mentioned way at the beginning of this game, and that was about it. But, yeah, it's unfortunate again. We've mentioned it before. It's unfortunate the way that they did Aphelion dirty. They did not use her enough for the fact that they made her a talking ship. That's so hella cool. I don't know why I just said hella, but it's incredibly cool. Almost just did it again. And I really wish they used her for more. Anyway, Overkill. Our reward will be the morph gun of the game, the Chimp-O-Matic, and 25,000 bolts. Not that we need either of these things at all at this point, but the Igorians created a challenge so deadly it was officially declared impossible by the Trachnoid Consortium of Statisticians. I read this already. I don't know why I'm reading it again. But we're about to prove the Consortium of Statisticians wrong. So let's do that, shall we? Alright, we got like 10 weapons. They're all V5. Just toss down some storm spikes, and I mean they should last a while in terms of like keeping us good for quite a bit of time. I'm gonna try to avoid using my Groovatron or Groova Bombs and Fred for a little bit, because at the start of this it's pretty much just these fairly simple enemies to deal with. So we'll just use like the Buzz Blades, the storm spikes, and that should do us some good for a while. We'll send out a few, let the spikes do the rest. Oh, they're almost out. Okay. Let's just wait for the spikes to all be out. And then once they're all out, then I'll toss down some more. So I don't think you get a whole lot of ammo in this one until like the end when you're actually fighting the Wargrok. That's when they give you all the ammo, is once you start fighting the bosses, basically. So, let me switch this thing around real quick as well. Let's do double. We'll keep Lance, and I'm going to switch to Galvanic for now because the stun will actually help in this one a little more. So, hella cool. You like the word hella, and I try not to hella confuse you. Oh boy. Here we go. My brain. There we go. But yeah, see, that's the Galvanic module in action when they're zapping like that. So. And these guys with the little red things on their heads, you'll want to avoid letting them stick around for long because they have that whole gravity thing going on, and I definitely don't want to deal with that if they can afford not to. Alright, back to the storm spikes. It's okay if you use these up early on because they, I mean, it's better to use them up early on stuff that would actually be useful for rather than trying to, you know, use them on something it's not useful for later. Basically, it's less ammo I'm spending on other guns if I use it on this. Although I probably should be using my Constructo shotgun a little more effectively than this. Okay, so that's out. Storm Spikes have 1 ammo left, so let's just toss one of those down and maybe take care of the little enemies while we're at it. There we go. Let it propagate out. We have 9 waves left. Let's use, or not 9 waves, 11 waves left. We're on wave 9. That's what I meant. My brain had other ideas, but that's what I meant. Gotta conserve a little bit. If you can use the wrench to kill stuff, that would probably be a good idea. Because then you won't have to worry about your ammo running out. Well, there's some ammo over there. I guess they do give you some ammo before you run out too much. Maybe it's related to when Steve Blum says better find some ammo, or like makes a remark about it, you know. Maybe that's when they say, hey, let's give him some ammo because he could use it, you know. I mean, it's fine. The more Buzzblades they give me, the worse off it's going to be for all of these gladiators, so, oh god. I'm being surrounded. Well, you didn't give me any oil for my Omni Soaker, so I can't test out that tooltip that says, hey, you can use oil in the Omni Soaker to set fire to your enemies by blasting them with the wrench afterwards. Yeah, that apparently is a thing, but we can't test it. I don't know if we have... I mean, we have access to oil in some spots in the game, but not, like, in situations where that would actually be useful. Alright, let's see. How about a Groova Bomb? And the other thing about the Groovatron and the Groova Bomb is that it will actually make all of the enemies that have shields effectively drop their shields. They don't drop them, but you can actually hit them like this, even when they have the shield up, so... Or you can pull it out of their hands because the game decides it wants to. That's fine, too. Yeah, if you can take care of these guys with the wrench while the Groovatron or the Groova Bomb is going off, that's probably for the best. At least try to take care of the little guys, because they are probably the ones that you'll want to be most rid of, because, I mean, they only take 1 hit, so why waste ammo on them, you know? So... Alright, let's try this again. Looks like it hit most of them. And then we'll just run through the crowd, blasting. Looks pretty good. Or seems to, anyway. I mean, they take a lot of hits to kill with just the wrench, but... saves ammo. You just have to get through Wave 18, by the way. Once you get to Wave 18, or defeat Wave 18, that is, that's when the Wargrok gets spawned, so... just keep that in mind. Yeah, it must be related to when he says he may be running out of ammo, because that's the only time these boxes have spawned, so... interesting. I didn't know that. See, because before, when I've done this challenge, I've always run out of ammo on other guns, and I haven't gotten ammo back, but it might be that I got ammo back because of the fact that I am using a weapon that has so much ammo. You know, that might be why all of a sudden they're like, hey, here, have some ammo. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, tractor beam, exactly. One thing you 100% hate in games is yours is when you take damage from running into an enemy for no reason. Yeah, that's always fun. One more spell and you'll know half of the blue library of spells. Nice. I mean, they could be smells in some cases, because some of them aren't that good. When you clip through something for absolutely no reason, context please. Yeah, clipping through something for absolutely no reason is no fun at all. Let's get the Constructo Bomb out. It's got a pretty good animation. It's got those little cluster balls attached to it as well, so those are probably pretty good.
That's one way to conserve ammo.
I'd like to believe so. I don't know if you're talking about the Groovatron or about me using other weapons or what, but... well, anyway, we're doing some damage to these guys, so that's good. You give me that, thank you. think Spiral of Carnage might do a little better here now that most of them... So you know what ended up happening just there is I used the Mega Constructo Bomb because I was like, oh, okay, we haven't used it in a while. And instead of defeating anything, I just softened everyone up. So that's fun. Alright, wave 16. And we've still got 59 HP. That's not too bad. Let's get Fred out here. He'll do pretty good here. There are a lot of shield guys. Thankfully, Fred doesn't really give a shit about their shields. Take that, thank you. I'm trying to be too fancy. I'm trying to use their bombs against them. I should just be using, like, Fred and Spiral and all that stuff. Still gonna do this because why the hell not, though? It doesn't hurt me when I shoot it at them, so that helps quite a bit, you know, like that. Could you just give me your shield, please? Thank you. Okay, well, at least I hit that guy while he was in the process there. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to do that! There we go. Thank you for that. Fred being here will probably help a little bit, though. I think because the Spiral of Carnage goes behind them, though, it can actually hit shielded enemies while their shields are up, which is makes it a little unique. It's pretty good. What a magnet. We haven't used the magnet yet, and it's not particularly useful against the other enemies in here, so... Ow. Oops. Take that, thank you. But yeah, it's not particularly useful against the Wargrok or the, what's it called? Or the Hydra Tank, because the Wargrok and the Hydra Tank both have heavy resistance to the magnets, so... I don't have a Groovatron combo to use here. Okay. Let's get this back out. Ow. They're really accurate with those bombs, aren't they? I can't see. Fred, help me! Oh, Fred's gone. Hold on. Let me fix that. I guess the only problem with the Versa Wrench in some cases is that it kind of makes you stand still when you use it. So, oh, that's not good. Hold on. Let me just... There we go. Oh, he's still alive. There we go. No, I haven't survived 20 rounds. I still have to survive against this guy. And I have no health left, basically, so that'll be fun. I do have Doom Blades, though, so that helps a little bit. I think they took away the nanotech thing, too, so I guess we're doing this without getting hit now. Hopefully. I mean, if I have to do it again, whatever, but I prefer not... Well, okay. I prefer not to. What do we got here? Buzz Blades. These little guys are going to be the bane of my existence if I don't get rid of them with Fred, so I'm just going to try to let Fred do his thing with them. And then maybe use some more of these. That will knock you up in the air, by the way, unless you jump. If you jump, it will not knock you up in the air, so that's helpful. That quick slap is the one that always gets me, because it's got kind of a weird range to it. Sometimes it'll hit you, and sometimes it won't, so... There's some more spirals. I got no Fred left. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, just keep firing, I guess, into the crowd. Eventually we'll get them all. Well, I'm trying, Steve Bloom. I'm trying. One down. Can we defeat the Hydra Tank without getting hit? Let's find out. I'll read chat in just a moment once I do this part. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Get some Storm Spikes back. I'm running the hell away from that, though, I'll tell you what. Alright, how about Judicated? Take that. Alright, what do you got? Oh, I need to keep running. I need to Versa Wrench that next time instead of doing whatever I just did there. Alright, so this is the one with the shockwave, so jump over the shockwave and then do this. There we go. Alright, so 1 down, 2 to go. I need a weapon, but hang on, let me run first so I can actually get the weapon out without, like... Okay, there we go. Get that out, start that up again. Oh boy. And then, how about this? It does okay. Let's use these instead. I got a bunch of these, so... And I can use them while running, like this. So. Okay, game. Game, I need you to work with me. Thank you. I guess we could take 1 hit. How we doing? Close. We're almost there. Wait for it. Wait for it. Jump over. And then, there you go. Easy or hard as that. Really need the context of that comment. Which one? The Blue Mage spells with the typo? Blue Mage is different. Instead of having an established set of spells in every game, it learns certain enemy abilities after enemies use them. Oh, hang on. I'll talk about it after. I'll read. Do we talk about that? Did he just pull that directly off the chalkboard?
Pull the trigger. Presto! Instant monkeyfication. The Chimpo-matic. Available only at GrummelNet.
And it is pretty good against small enemies because it morphs them very quickly. Additionally to that, you can even morph some enemies that you wouldn't expect to be able to. Like, for example, the final boss. Yeah, normally that's not something that you can morph with this thing. It just takes forever to do. Kind of like how the Sheepinator took forever to morph. The one boss that we morphed in Snivelak in Going Commando. But I probably won't be bothering with that. Because instead of that, we'll just... We'll grab our Chimp-O-Matic, I'll stick it somewhere on the quick select where it's not going to bug me, and then we'll go from there. Like maybe over here. That works. Probably if we got the Rhino, I'd stick it up there because then it's, you know, in a spot where it's actually useful. But we've done it. We've beaten all of the challenges at the Agorian Battleplex, and I am dying like crazy, but that's okay. We'll figure that out once we get a little bit further away. Anyway, let me read now that that's the thing. 14 has 104 spells, and you're at 51 out of 104. You like it more than normal magic users? Problem is that most people have no idea how to read tooltips and have no idea how to use all of this magic. But yeah, it's from Final Fantasy XIV, yeah. Classic final boss cheese, yes, exactly. So if you can keep that thing pointed on the final boss for long enough, it will actually morph him into an organic monkey, which is kind of ridiculous considering who he is. It's Dr. Nefarious. If anything, the last thing he wants is to be an organic again. I should explain that. He was organic at one point in his life, but now he's entirely synthetic, so... Yeah, he was organic at one point, though. But they rebuilt him. Or rather, he rebuilt himself, kind of. Yeah, I like, I'm anticipating, and I don't know how true this is actually going to be, but I'm anticipating an Endwalker, which is the next expansion for Final Fantasy XIV. I'm anticipating that I'm going to like Blue Mage the best out of all of the casters, because, honestly, I think that they're going to be dumbing down Summoner in Endwalker. Just from looking at what they've done to it, and that's the magic user that I play at the moment. But I feel like they're going to dumb it down. And that's unfortunate for me, because I actually don't like any of the other magic users except for Summoner and Blue Mage. And Blue Mage can't even play the normal content of the game because they don't know how to balance it properly. So, yeah, not exactly ideal. Anyway, now that that's the case, let's continue to not bring back that model ship that we borrowed to get to Nefarious' space station and actually go confront the final boss, shall we? Excuse me. I see this game still has the problem that the Tools of Destruction had in some cases, where it keeps adding your bolts back. So that's fun. I guess we're not escaping that one anytime soon. Well, actually we are, because once we beat this game, Into the Nexus actually was made in an entirely different engine. If you ask me, it was made in a different engine for the worse, but I'll talk about that when we play that game. But that whole adding your bolts all the way back to your thing every time you enter or leave a location, it doesn't happen into the Nexus, so we won't have to worry about that. For now, all we got to worry about is what's right in front of us, and by that I mean, ideally, Nefarious Space Station will pop up right there, but yeah, it's Wikipedia. All we got to worry about is this.
Another dedication. This one goes out to the lovely Cassiopeia from Dr. Nefarious. The doctor says, I never thought I'd love again until I met you. Sounds like this doctor's specialty is love.
I don't know about that, man. And I don't think Cassiopeia can hear him where she is, because she's in hell. You can never be a mage, you'd never be able to manage your mana. There is some mana management going on, that's true. So, of course, you have to worry about that in Final Fantasy XIV, whether you're a mage or a healer, because there's still mana management as a healer, but, yeah. I mean, it's not a huge deal, I guess. It's just something else to do to keep your brain occupied while you're doing it. Alright, anyway, let's go finally confront Dr. Nefarious and tell him to go back to Up Your Arsenal, where his plan was much cooler. And not basic. Take that. Now, to get there, I think we just need to take this transport over there. I think this will take us there from where we are. Yeah, ride transport to Dr. Nefarious. Let's go then, shall we?
Fueling sequence is at 32%.
Oh, good. They barely got anywhere with the fueling.
Good work, Snowball. Can't rush it. You're back. You guys messed with the wrong war rock.
Oh boy. I see Quark is having fun. Let's let him have fun while we go confront the big doctor himself. And that's a whole ass turret guy, so let's maybe take care of that first.
64%
I'm not sure. Oh, I did hit those guys with the spirals. Cool. Well, then let's keep hitting them with them, shall we? Okay. How about this? Yeah, we can't actually walk over there just yet because, well, the floor is lava, so we got to fix that by grabbing some of this. Is healer not a light mage, so still a mage? It's still considered a mage in the context of Final Fantasy XIV, so it's a caster, basically. They refer to them as casters in that game, or at least that's what the community refers to them as. So, and all casters have to deal with mana management. It's a part of the game's balance, I guess? So they're a mage, technically speaking. Just a different kind of mage. If those are turret guys, this might get very bad. Okay, yeah, those are turret guys. At least we got that taken care of. Can you stop shooting for once in your life? He's still alive. Yeah, he is. Okay. These guys are kicking my ass. Probably because I'm, like, running at them and not actually even trying to be cautious in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. That might be the problem here, I think. Alright, hello there. I know just how to handle you. Yeah, I don't know. 3 missiles feels right for that guy, you know what I mean? Like, this is hard mode, so probably 1 missile would have been enough for that guy in normal mode, but 3 missiles just feels right for that guy. It feels like, at the very least with that amount of missiles that you're using on him, it doesn't feel like it's too simple, I guess. Glad that my shotgun reloaded just there before I had a bit of a problem. Uh-oh. We better get over there a little bit quicker here then, shouldn't we? There's something over there that we can grab, but I'll get that in a minute. It's just another piece of the Rhino, so... how about a Gula Bomb? Because that's a lot of dudes. So if I can take care of the turrets, at the very least, that'll make this a little simpler. I should switch back to Slug now. Depends on what game or universe you're talking about. Healers tend to be more nature-focused and aren't always mages per se. That's true. That's a fair point. They could be, you know, more focused on just attuning themselves with nature rather than using some sort of spellcasting options. Okay, getting a little out of control here. Let's see. How about a magnet? Get them to stop dancing. Take care of the big guys here first while they're magneting. Or that could happen. I can't believe he didn't hit me, but I'm pretty sure he did, so... Yeah, I'm still getting hit. That's fine. Whatever it takes. Alright, well, we got here anyway, so there you go. This is our save point. This is the last save point that you get access to in the game before you confront Dr. Nefarious.
Find a way down to the landing platform before he leaves the station.
Well, don't worry about that. I'll get that. But first, let's go here. Because this is actually traversable. And there's another section of the Rhino 5 Hollow plan over here. What's that, 8 now? I don't think we're maxed out on it yet. 9. Oh, there's only one piece left. Okay, well, I'm not going to find it, but there you go. I found most of it. So, alright, let's buy up our ammo. How are we doing on HP? Okay, we're a little low on HP, but we can figure that out from there. We're not at max, so that's, I guess, considered a little bit low. I don't want to start this. Nefarious is going to spend most of this boss fight in the air, so really stuff like the Storm Spikes isn't going to work too well. But we will be able to use all of our weapons on the final boss fight, so not to worry. You can even use the Groova Bomb against him if you really want to. So, I think I'll save the Rift Ripper for a little bit, but probably Buzz Blades or Doom Blades and the Judicator will work the best, I suppose. And then there we go. That you know, but from your limited Final Fantasy knowledge, they are light mages with attack mages being black mages. Yeah, generally speaking, your white mages, yeah, are more light focused, so.
That's far enough, Nefarious.
Sometimes wind focused, but you know.
You? How is this possible? You should be dead.
You didn't kill me before putting me on the meteor, bro.
I charge you with willful disruption of the space-time continuum. Shut down the transport and surrender quietly.
Boy, that would be nice.
Free for the first time in years, inches from your destiny, and what do? Run right back to playing backpack to us, Squishy.
Yikes.
Nothing but a pathetic sidekick.
We should hang out sometime. That's it. No one talks to Clank that way. When this is over, I'll back whatever decision you make. But first, how about one final hurrah so we can kick this guy's butt?
Sounds like a plan.
I'm finished killing you. I think I'll rewind time so I can do it again and again and again.
Well, they say the hardest part is the first step, so let's see if you can actually kill me so you can do that.
Time for this. Lawrence, fall back to the outer perimeter. Let no damage befall our ship.
Like I said before, I think Arlen Shimmerman does a great job as Nefarious in this one, but sometimes my voice box just hurts listening to him talk. Like, that's gotta be hard on his larynx. So, he's still got the bombs, the dark bombs that he had in Up Your Arsenal, so I guess that's just a staple. The Doom Blades do really well against him, so use and abuse them. This is why I wanted to level them up, because they just do so much damage for a Lancer-type weapon. It's like the Meteor Gun from Going Commando. That's how ridiculous they are. Now, you will use a lot of their ammo, but most of the time you'll be able to get some back. You'd love the Mage Wars in 14. Why don't Lawrence and Clank hang out? That is a good question. Whoops, I need these. Hold on. I gotta outrun the flames behind me! So yes, Lawrence has got the flames going behind you. Nefarious has got the shockwaves in front of you. You gotta keep hitting these boost pads or else you'll get hit by the flames. So this is actually a pretty busy boss fight. Again, I think they learned from Slag and Quest for Booty at kind of like making the boss fights more active than just shoot things, you know. So, I like it. It's more interesting this way. I say as I go back to spamming Doom Blades like a motherfucker. Yep. Well, if you'd like to play it like that, I have a friend for your friends. Fred, help me out. Thank you. While you're doing that, why don't I do some magneting? Make it so your food is a little easier to catch. There you go. And he'll even hit Nefarious for you while he's at it, so that's pretty good. Fred's not particularly powerful against Nefarious, but I mean, he does pretty good damage, so. We got spaceships now. Maybe I should have saved my Judicator rounds. Actually, I got a better idea. I know I just fixed this, but let's unfix it and stick it back on Choke and the Lance and see how that actually... probably should stick Detonator on it too while I'm thinking about it. I just hope I don't forget to put Galvanic back on because it'll help out in the last sections of the game. I actually don't know if this is a good option against these guys, to be honest, but I'll do the best I can. I know this is a good option against them, so maybe even I'll try this. I don't know how well Fred works against them either, but I guess we'll find out in a second.
Hero you turned out to be. You're nothing. You're just a miserable fart. Lawrence.
You gonna finish that sentence, or are you just gonna, you know, fix it up like that? Okay, but this time it's not quite as simple as it was the last time, as you'll see in a minute, because Nefarious is not too happy about being practically on death. Well, he's not on death's door. He's got about a third of his HP left, but he's getting there.
You've been bested, my old friend.
I would like to see that, actually, because I don't think I have. Well, tried to trick me there a little bit, huh? That's probably not good. Okay. It's breaking the platform on me. So yeah, now there's a little bit of a platforming challenge here. And you can fall off of this if you're not careful. And then, I mean, you've got a checkpoint, but still, try not to fall off. It's probably not a good idea. Okay, like that. Try not to do that. It was almost at the end, too. Rule number 1, never fucking ever revive the protagonist because you were able to win. Yeah, it probably wouldn't work out too well for him if he did do that, so. But yeah, the checkpoints in this fight are really, really forgiving, so if you do fall off, don't worry about it, it's fine. You'll be fine. Okay. Okay, get me away from the death laser. I think I need to go to the other side because he's obviously shooting just on the left side, so let's just go this side instead. Keep myself away from it. Yeah, see how it kind of redirects you when you hit the platform because the platform is slanted like that? It's supposed to be redirecting you towards the next platform, but sometimes it's a little off. So. Oh, like that. I mean, it's mostly just steering and holding down R2, but I don't know, I like this. It's a dynamic set piece, I think, anyway. Okay, let's see. Let's get the Doomblades back out. We'll wait this part out, because apparently we're going somewhere.
Yes, sir. Activating autopilot.
Okay, so now Lawrence will be shooting at you the whole time, while Nefarious does other stuff, so... Yeah, that was fun. Oh, by the way, you can do this as well while you're at it, so... And you can get him to dance for a little bit. I think he gets pissed and blows it up pretty soon, though, so... No, it just blows up really quickly. So just like every other boss fight in the game, basically, you can use it for a small amount of time, but then it just blows itself up. So... Yeah, I can see that. Okay. So just keep going this way until we have to jump over the thing, but evidently I didn't do that correctly, so... Storm Spikes. Here's where the Storm Spikes are useful, because you can use them to take care of his little guys, so... Yeah, that might have been a good idea. Alright, let's see. Back to the Doomblades. They seem to work pretty well on him, so, I mean, if it ain't broke, right? Of course, speaking of broke, I'm about to be broke. Ow. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Whew! Close one, but we got him. all the same. Yeah, I fell off just to show the audience. Absolutely, it was just for dramatic effect and for demonstration purposes, that's all. Oh, that man is dead. I don't know if that's gonna work, Ratchet. He's pretty scrambled. Like, we beat him up so badly that his neural circuitry is now playing different radio stations. If that's not a dead Nefarious, then I don't know how to kill this man.
Escape pod.
Great.
20 seconds until impact.
Well, now what do we do?
One heck of a ride.
Die? No, the General's back to save us. Perfect. Use those hover boots that your dad gave you! Well, the General gave them to you, but they were your dad's. Come on, Clank, we gotta go!
3, 2, 1.
Well, at least they gave them the 60 seconds this time, or 30 seconds as it were. Bye-bye! And they died. And by that I mean Nefarious and Lawrence.
Can't talk you out of this.
Except, of course, they didn't.
Ratchet,
Because why would they?
many adventures, but the clock needs someone to protect it. It is what I was built for.
Aw. And to think they were afraid to do that in front of Talwyn in the first game, and now they are bro hugging.
They're not in danger. They've just moved on. And we'll find them.
We'll just build a new Dimensionator and not use it for evil.
Come on, pal. I'll walk you in.
You know, that seems like a fairly simple way of doing this.
You know that, right?
I always thought that you were the sidekick.
Where are you going? This is your responsibility. You can't just walk away. The Lombaxes need us.
Well, we're gonna find them. We're not gonna turn back the clock to do it.
I said stop.
You're getting really angry over nothing, General. Oh my god. Ow. That wasn't very nice, father figure. What the hell? You killed the main character! Oh, you have so done it now. Clank, use your giant Clank form. Beat his ass. He doesn't do that in the future series. Anyway, Sigmund, we gotta go! Lock the door, quick!
He's headed for the Orcus chamber.
I know, that's why I'm trying to get there first!
I don't want out of my way, caretaker. Come on, punk. You want some of this?
I said, Sigmund, use Kung Fu on him! I don't have time for you. Get the fuck out of my way.
Sigmund, what are you doing? He's a scary demon Lombax and you're after the planter. Is it so much to ask that the great and powerful Sony bend their precious rules to correct the past?
How about no? I understand why you're saying it, again, because the writers didn't think that far ahead of the fact that the time travel that we used to fix the game might actually break Azimuth's brain, but yeah. Okay, well, we escaped, but now what do we do?
Time itself is a gift and not to be tampered with.
You kidding me? You think I'd leave my best pal out here alone? Your father.
Yeah, I could see how that would be a bit of a dichotomy.
Those who would abuse it.
I wouldn't risk any more than 6 minutes.
Oh, god damn it, the plumber's saving the plot again! I really wish they would stop doing that, but, well, they didn't. The plumber is also a developer stand-in in Rift Apart, so that's fun. Anyway. Well, he was right. Exactly 6 minutes brings us back to here. Not exactly, but, you know, it took me about 3, but, you know. Ratchet, get out of the way! Ooh, that was close. The plumber's still around? What? Yeah, he was in Clank's subconscious in the last video. In the last episode, so that's fun. General!
I've come too far to fail now.
You haven't failed! Let's just find them together! We don't have to turn back the clock to do that! I understand you want to see Kaidan again. I'm sure Ratchet would like to see his folks too, but This is way too much, man. They would not want this.
Ratchet, look out!
I see it, Clank. I got it. I did this enough on Nefarious' space station, so I know what's going on.
Never could let go of consequence, could you?
What does that even mean? Wait, hang on, I didn't say it right. What does that even mean? There you go. Well. Guess I didn't jump in time. Yeah, those sections that have the little lights on them, those are the ones that are gonna get blown up when he uses the bombs. So.
I'm sorry, Ratchet. I've come too far to fail now.
General.
Would have been cool if I'd have done that in one whole take, though, like in one take, rather than having to, get, go back to the checkpoint, because then it would have. This whole section would have felt so streamlined and smooth. Oh well.
Ratchet, look out!
What's the final battle without a little challenge, right? So yeah, actually, Nefarious was not the final battle. The final battle is against General Azimuth. And, well, in order to even fight him, we're going to have to get there first, and he's making that very difficult, but,
Ratchet, we cannot let him touch that lever.
Well, I'm getting there as fast as I can, Clank. Hold on. Did I lose any health? No, I didn't. Alright, well then, let's go. Come on, Clank, we gotta get in there before he does. There you go, Sigmund. Use oh. He is using Kung Fu on him. When I left you, I was but a learner. Now I am the master. Ow. General, I don't think that's a good idea. That is way further than Clank turned it. Oh boy. This could be a problem. I guess I'll have to take care of it. Alright, before we have our little chat, let's construct us a Constructo shotgun that can actually take care of this guy. So double, slug, and galvanic. So that will do really well for us here. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. But first, I gotta not die, so... where are you going, son? Oh, there you are. Alright, so, General Azimuth is the final boss. He is practically immune to the magnet cannon, but if you use it like that, you can run right up on him with the Constructo shotgun and blast him in the face like this. And it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it does get him stuck for like 7 shots. He'll break out of it eventually and do that big thing that he just did there, but I don't know, I like doing it just to get a little bit of extra pot shots off on him, so. Because, I mean, I can only shoot the Doom Blades so much, right? Oh my god. He will do everything he can to stop you, though. Even though he's just got his wrench, do not underestimate him. He is pretty powerful. Here's my little trick for this part. You can just jump over the bombs that he's using, but I like to follow after him on the hover boots because then you can kind of dodge the bombs easier. And they'll explode by the time you get to the next section. See? There they were right there. So. Alright, taking a little damage, but that's okay. The timing on this is pretty much like as soon as you hear the chamber click, that's when you want to shoot him again, basically. So like you'll hear bang, and then shoot him again. But we will probably be using everything in our arsenal in order to do this. So this section. Okay. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you get to change the past. Again, you're not supposed to tamper with time here, General. You made a mistake, but make up for it by doing better in the future rather than trying to cling to the past desperately. I wonder what ammo that is. Anyway, we're here, so I don't know if these storm spikes are going to work all that well in this case, but I guess it's doing some damage, so. Hey, that's pretty good. Oh, I'm out of shots now.
Warning. Quantum entanglement modulator is out of sync with risks and checkpoint lines.
There are no more dimensionators!
We could build one! We're Lombaxes, we could build anything! Come on, man. Yeah, I don't know what ammo that is, but it's something I haven't used yet, evidently. Again, you don't have to do anything. The Lombaxes are safe. They're just in another dimension. We could fix this. Oh, that could be a bit of a problem.
In a few moments, we will be able to prevent the greatest injustice in Lombax history.
General, you're still delusional.
You don't have a choice.
It's not gonna work. This place is gonna fall apart before it does that.
Save you in the past.
That seems incredibly unfortunate. Okay, anyway. So now we're in phase 2. He's got a few other tactics now. He'll use a big melee combo on you, so.
Look around you, Alistair. The clock is breaking. It can handle it. This is what it was built for.
How do you know? You are not Orvis. You can't tell us what the clock was built for. Oh, by the way, time bombs work on him too, so if you want to use those, you can. They only work for a brief moment, though, so. You can also use them on his projectiles to make it so that they take a little longer to get to you. The other thing that works on him as well is this, so that's fun. It only works for a brief moment, but it will stun him out of any animations. And that actually is the main thing with the Galvanic upgrade for the Mega Constructo shotgun. That's why it's still useful in boss fights. That's why the Magnet Cannon is still useful in boss fights, because you can stun the enemies out of any animations that they're doing, so that helps quite a bit.
Estimated at 43%.
It's a good thing your father isn't alive to see you like this. A coward, a traitor. He would have been so ashamed.
I think my father would know better than trying to manipulate a clock that was never meant to alter time. I have a little bit more faith in him than you do, apparently. Oh, he's at melee range. Time for the spiral! Use my other buzzsaw. Oh yeah, and when he says watch your footing, he actually means it, because in about 1 minute after he does that, the glass, no, well, not a minute, but a little bit after, the glass will break. So if you have to run around the arena at any point after he breaks the glass, definitely be careful, because you're going to have to jump over that, so. Let's see, Adjudicator looks like a good bet here. Probably be better if I used it shotgun mode when he actually got up on me, but maybe that's a little bit of a risk.
But you're risking everyone else in the process.
And that's the problem, isn't it?
You want to stop me? You're going to have to kill me.
I really wish it wouldn't have come to this, because I feel like this is incredibly unnecessary.
You can't do this.
Neither can you. I wasn't sure if I was going to time that right.
You're destroying the only chance you have of meeting your parents.
I know, but if it means that the universe can be saved, there are some sacrifices that need to be made, General. You should know this. Whew. Okay, that was a little easier than Nefarious. Come on, Ratchet.
What are you doing?
Trying to fix your mistake. Oh, crap. That's not good.
Why isn't it working?
Because it's not a time machine, Alistair. The clock isn't meant to alter time, only keep it.
30 seconds until total system failure.
You're about to stop the heart of the entire universe, Alistair. How do you feel? Ow.
So sorry.
Well, it might be a little late for that now.
Let me.
What are you gonna do?
Fix the problem that he created. For the first time in his life. Come on, General, you can do it! There you go. And he died. This time for real. He actually did die that time, so. But I guess at least he got his character redemption arc right at the end. Ow.
Alistair?
He did a brave thing, Ratchet. You should be proud of him.
I mean, I was a little disappointed for a while, but I suppose he corrected it in the end. That does kind of leave us one Lombax short in the universe now, though, doesn't it? It's a good thing Angela's still around. Even if this game keeps trying to erase her.
There's just one more thing to fix.
Timekeeper restored.
There we go. Well, it's been fun, but I think it's time that we say goodbye. You got responsibilities now, Clank, so... But we'll never forget you.
I cannot stay. I am sorry, but discovering my family has made me realize that I cannot leave Ratchet. Not until he finds his own. I hope you understand.
You're leaving?
For what it's worth, I think he would.
But normal. Harmonic stabilizers. Stable. Why aren't I freaking out?
Because you're ready.
You are ready to be promoted.
Now you really are the master.
Thank you, sir.
Take care, Sigmund.
Yeah, you didn't think they were going to split the dynamic duo up, did you?
Much like time itself is a gift.
Oh yeah, this message had more to it, didn't it? Lawrence kind of interrupted it before.
Father, my only wish is that my son does that which makes him feel whole.
You are an intelligent and logical being, Clank. But intelligence and logic would have been wasted gifts without honor and loyalty. I am proud to see you came into those on your own.
Hey buddy, how you doing?
Should the clock be too small for your plans? I pray the cosmos light the way towards a future you yourself design. And remember, the universe has a wonderful sense of humor. The trick is learning how to take a joke.
Yeah, I think those are words that General Azimuth could have used before he, practically destroyed the universe, but I guess what's done is done. And that's the game, everybody. What a nice little ending. Like, I have some little issues with the game's story on an overall thing, and we'll go over them as we go through the plot here, but if they're going to end on any note where it's like, okay, they're friends forever, and even though they have new responsibilities for one another, they're still going to stick together because that bond across, at this point, like 7-8 years of games, they're inseparable. So I think it ends pretty nicely. So overall, out of the entirety of the Future series, even the next game that we're going to play, Into the Nexus, I would have to say A Crack in Time is probably my favorite in the Future tetralogy. I think I like it a little bit better than Up Your Arsenal. I don't like it more than the first two games in the series. Frankly, the first two games are so good that I doubt any Ratchet & Clank game going forward would be able to dethrone them. But I do enjoy this one quite a bit, and there is a reason why I usually go straight to this one when it comes to wanting to play the Future games, because I think that the gameplay is pretty tight in it. Again, the weapons I don't think are quite as good as they were in Tools of Destruction, but overall, I think they're not too bad. They do some pretty good damage. You don't have something as busted as the Alpha Cannon. Krunk and Zephyr are talking in the background. I should probably let them, but they're probably just spitballing.
Now, Prop, these folks worked hard on this game, so you just sit there and appreciate them.
Easy for you to say. You still have some semblance of bladder control.
Oh my god. How does that even work? Anyway. We'll just let them do whatever they're doing. I'll just probably end up just talking over everybody in the background. I hope you don't mind terribly if I do that, because I got a whole game to review here, so, that's a thing. But yeah, I don't think that the weapons are quite as good as they were in Tools of Destruction, but they're still pretty solid. Most games in the series have pretty solid weapon arsenal to them. Usually they're pretty creative in some ways. Again, I think you get 3 shotguns in this game, or at least I did with the weapons that I used, and I didn't even use all the shotguns in the game either, because the Sonic Eruptor was a shotgun that I just didn't use. So, yeah, not as good as Tools of Destruction, but they're still pretty good. And, I mean, the gameplay itself feels pretty solid. even on hard mode, I think hard mode is fairly well balanced in this one as well by comparison to Quest for Booty, where in that one it felt like enemies were just bullet sponges. In this one, even on hard mode, enemies feel like they're just right in terms of the amount of damage that they take from you, and the amount of damage that they do to you seems also pretty much exactly what I would expect out of a hard mode setting. It does mean that normal mode is fairly simple, but I would probably rate this game's hard mode a little bit harder than the normal modes, quote-unquote, in previous Ratchet & Clank games. So, yeah, I mean, it's not that hard, and if you play it on normal mode, you're not really going to get a whole lot of challenge out of it. But that just means that hard mode is something that I enjoy a little more, because then, you know, you can go and do that instead of doing normal mode. And at this point in the future tetralogy, I think it's warranted that you could play hard mode because, well, you know, you've already played the other two games. If you've beaten those, if you've beaten Tachyon, you can handle hard mode in this game. Tachyon's pretty difficult. So, I think one of the things, probably the most detrimental thing in this game for me, is the fact that they did not bring back David Bergeau as the series composer. He had done every game in the series before this, but they did not bring him back for this one, and as a result, I'm not going to say the music is bad. I just don't think it's nearly as memorable as it was when Bergeau was on the project. It doesn't have that catchiness to it that all his tracks have, you know. So, it's not bad, it's just not my preference, I suppose. I would prefer to have Bergeau putting down some funky beats in the background rather than that. But the music that we got isn't bad. It's just not as memorable, I don't think, as his stuff. So, and you might be wondering at this point, okay, so wait, so you have a little bit of problems with the story. You don't like the weapons as much. You don't like the music as much. Where's the part that makes you like it better than the other ones? And I think it's really just a combine of the whole package, to be honest, because, like I said, I have some problems with the story. I think in some cases the time travel isn't used properly in terms of like setting the ground rules for it or using it more, because that's the best part of the game. I don't think that Nefarious was particularly necessary as a villain, because to be honest, I think with a small rewrite, I think Orvis could have taken the role, along with General Azimuth, of being the main villain of the game. And I think the interaction between Orvis and Clank and the interaction between General Azimuth and Ratchet could have taken center stage in terms of character development. We could have had something going on there that could have been like a law chaos type of a thing from an SMT game, where you have Orvis, who's the law guy, who basically says, hey, you know, you have to not use the clock at all, and, you know, here's these guys out there, and you've got General Azimuth, who's the more chaos villain in that case, who's manipulating time and everything and telling Ratchet, it's okay if we do this and we make all these changes because it means we'll see the Lombaxes again. And then Orvis could take it and say to Clank, look what your friend is doing. How could he do this and manipulate time to his own will? You know, what's going on with all this? And at the end of the game, it could be shown, of course, that both General Azimuth and Orvis are wrong, because sometimes it's okay to change time for the better, but in reality, it's actually better to just... Basically, the power of the friendship between Ratchet and Clank could have prevailed over their logical thought process, or non-logical thought process in the case of General Azimuth. So, I don't think Nefarious was particularly necessary for that. I think they could have carried it with a small rewrite, and if they used the time travel more. And honestly, every way that I look at this game, no matter how I look at it, it seems like they used Nefarious for the purpose of marketing. It seems like they brought him back because he was recognizable. And I don't mind. Again, I think that his voice actor does an incredible job with him here. His best interaction as Nefarious yet. But I can't help but feel like his reason for being here is a little bit off, you know? It doesn't feel nefarious enough. It doesn't feel classic trilogy enough. And again, if you're going to bring back a villain from the classic trilogy, you need to make sure that you use them for something that is as good as or better than what you used them for in the classic trilogy. It just makes sense. You're making a new game. Of course, you'd want to go up with it. But yeah, I feel like they used him for marketing. And unfortunately, this is not the last time in the series they used him for marketing purposes to... you know, have a villain in the game, because they continued to have him, like, they just mentioned in the little newscast that they had there that they don't know the whereabouts of his body, because even though his space station exploded, they couldn't find him. And I'll just spoil it for you right now, because Ratchet & Clank All for One happens like a few months after, no, not a few months, actually, it's like a year, I think, after this game. He comes back in All for One. He's just back with no explanation as to how he lived, even though we scrambled his neural circuitry so badly that he was intercepting other radio signals like that. Again, if he's not dead, then I don't know how to kill this guy. But, yeah, I didn't think he was particularly necessary. I think with a small rewrite, they could have just had the character interactions be the villains, like the interaction with General Azimuth, the interactions with Orvis. Of course, Orvis in that case would have to be alive, but if Nefarious wasn't trying to find him, he would have been alive, so... Like a 6 or 7 out of 10 for the music compared to the older games? Yeah, I would say probably the older games, I would give them all at least an 8 out of 10, if not a 9 or a 10, depending on the game. Like Ratchet & Clank 1's soundtrack, I'd probably have to give a 10 out of 10. It's freaking great. And it was pretty much fluctuating between an 8 and a 10 for the previous games to this. This one, yeah, it's just a little lower. It's not bad, it's just not as much appreciated to me. So, oh, that could be a bit of a problem.
Hello, celebrity in need of assistance. What's that, Snowball? Little Jimmy fell down a well?
I don't think that's what that meant.
Oh, you're hungry for blood.
Yeah.
Way off. Let me just... Oh, boy, this is bad. Little help here. Ratchet, Clank, Helga, anyone?
I don't know why you're calling for Helga. We haven't seen her since Up Your Arsenal, bro. Where'd she even go?
Hey, easy on the goods.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm sure those two will have fun. But yeah, overall, there are things about this game that I don't like, but to be honest, I think that the whole package together is still really solid. Like, there's nothing that's like egregiously wrong with this one by comparison to stuff like Tools of Destruction, where the audio-visual glitches and that sort of stuff are just egregiously wrong. Of course, there's also this. Uh-huh.
Did that do it? Did that sufficiently blow your mind?
No.
Just roll around for a bit.
I will not, thank you.
Come, find me in the Corvus sector, and let us end what we began. Vorsalon out.
Post-game content. In my Ratchet & Clank game, yes, there is one villain that we have yet to vanquish. The Valkyries are gone, Nefarious is gone, General Azimuth is gone, but Lord Vorsalon is still out there. And in order to defeat him, we can travel back in time. Again, Azimuth keeps getting pissed at us for doing this, but that's okay. We can travel back in time before defeating Dr. Nefarious, and we can collect all of the Zoni. There are 2 left for us to find in the Corvus sector, and once we collect all 40 of them, we can defeat Lord Vorsalon in a super boss fight, essentially. You could just go straight to challenge mode if you wanted to, I think. Oh, it's not actually highlightable, so maybe you can't. Oh, my controller's off, that's why. Okay. I left it alone for the entirety of the credits. Yeah, you can just go straight to challenge mode if you want to, but we're actually going to go back in time, and we're going to go collect the rest of the Zoni so we can take care of the last major problem that's left in the Polaris Galaxy. So, yeah, we'll go take care of that, but there's a few other things that we can do besides just going to the Corvus sector. If you haven't done Overkill at this point, you might want to go back to the Battleplex and do that, and there are some special challenges, shall we say, that are available to us at the Great Clock. What will we be able to do with these challenges? And will we be able to defeat Lord Vorsalon to save the galaxy once and for all? Find out on a special bonus episode of Ratchet & Clank Future, A Crack in Time, the Stream Edition, which will be happening early next week, probably tomorrow, to be honest, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, just so we can get it all out of the way and we can take care of business with it. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. Yeah, overall, I enjoy this game for the whole package. I think it has some really solid premises to it, and I think in most cases it capitalizes on it. There's just a few little things about it that I'm not as big of a fan of as some other games, but as a complete package, I think it does well for itself. I think it does the best out of any of the games in the Future Tetralogy. So that's my 2 cents on this game, but we're not quite done, and we'll be back to do more in just a little while. Again, probably tomorrow. So, but yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I will see all of you on the next one, which again, probably be tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I will post the schedule up on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Discord shortly after I get the description done for this one, and then we'll finish this up, and we'll move on to Into the Nexus. So until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. Should probably also buy ammo while I'm thinking about it, because I'm a little low on that. Maybe I'll go do that off screen, and then I'll just meet you back here in a minute once I'm done with that. Well, I'll figure that out by the time I get back.